Bob was asking about Dave Portnoy. Bought an NFT for $3 million. Isn't it worth 10? Slightly different. Slightly different. It wasn't Dave Portnoy. It was Logan Paul.
Yes.
He bought an NFT for $623,000 in 2021, and today it's worth $10. We didn't. I didn't have a specific WTF moment for the day, but I feel like that one is definitely it. We just got done talking about an NFT that was purchased for $3 million. What, 2 weeks ago, Jaime? I think you and I
Yes,
both
sir.
talked about this on our stream on the show. And then you have something like this. It's just, you want to talk about risk in the markets. I feel like this is the riskiest one of them all, is NFTs right now. I can't wrap my head around which ones are worth a damn and which ones aren't. And it seems as if Logan Paul doesn't either.
Yeah. Hey, how many invested in the sock puppet? If you guys were old enough to remember that, in the .com era.
Yeah.
Damn, that was cute. And everyone threw their money. VCs threw their money at it, and damn, it folded within a year.
Right.
Even got a Super Bowl ad.
So the one perk to this is Brad and I used to be in another group, and there was a saying he would say, and let me get you guys excited with this, is look at the margin it created. If it heads back to that, that's the greatest risk to reward ever. Risk $10, you could sell it for 600,000.
And the crypto chimes in, says the Paul brothers are major scammers. Are they, or are they just really good at marketing?
Both. They are. They're just like the Kardashians. They're getting in trouble as well. You guys did that article on the Kim Kardashian because she didn't say it was an ad, but no, the brothers are in the same thing, same boat, because they didn't tell people that they were getting paid to push a certain crypto.
And NFTs, like, I love that Don just said that, because NFTs values are derived from the community that believes in the value. And that's a very weak, sandy foundation, but it doesn't make it not true. So if you hold a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, the only reason that is still valuable is because there's a community of people that do things that highlight kind of access secret squirrel type of lifestyle. And there's still enough people that value that to have the actual NFTs hold value. It seems as though Logan Paul and these people wanted to do a same type of community build behind whatever NFT this was that went to zero, but the community wasn't there to uphold that price. You have to look, especially when it comes to NFTs today, what is the inherent value and who all believes in that value? Because NFTs are simply an agreement that this particular piece of artwork or whatever has value to enough people to uphold the price. So most of them do not at this stage.
And situations like these are very common with new industries. We've seen it in every single industry. Something new comes up, there's high speculation in it. I got the diamond here. I have the future in my hands, but the market will tell you if it's true or not.
Yeah. And I mean, and you look at the Kardashians, when they first started doing their thing, everybody thought they were probably scams too, or who in the world would want to watch their life. And that ended up being a massive community. And it doesn't make the Kardashians scammers. They took a risk, but built a community around a huge group of people who wanted an inside look into a famous billionaire's life, family's life. So it's not so much that they're scams, it's just there's a community there that supports it, right? So I would have never thought there would have been value in that, in the keeping up with the Kardashians. And there's obviously massive value there because of the community behind it. It's the same type of thing.
Yeah, I have Indo Crypto continuing to chime in on this. He says that the Paul brothers left their communities all holding bags. But to my understanding, the Paul brothers were also holding the bags. I think it's different if they run away with the cash and it's like everybody else gets fucked. But I think NFTs in general right now are still very much an experiment. I'm not trying to sit here and defend the Paul brothers, but at the same time, they are marketing geniuses. And they've done some really crazy things that have done some and not so great things either. I mean, let's not forget that Logan Paul and the whole Japan situation way back when. And I think that there's some good and bad things, but I'm still trying to figure out, like, to me, and Indo Crypto would probably know better than all of us. I didn't see any specific rug pulls that the Paul brothers actually did. It was just that they had shitty projects or shitty NFTs. That to me doesn't necessarily make it a scam. It just makes it that they were really bad at what they did from an NFT perspective and maybe didn't know what they were doing. And their community is going to follow them in everything that they do.
What about the getting paid to push something? Just like Kim, they got paid to push NFTs and cryptos. They didn't announce that they were getting paid. They said they're in it, they're holding it. Yeah, I don't know the numbers, but like, am I holding $100,000 worth of a crap crypto that someone just paid me 300 grand to talk about. Because at that point, I don't care if I'm holding it with everybody. Like, oh, I'm down with you too.
Yes.
Yep.
So I think that there's going to continue to be legislation and regulation around the NFT side of things. But right now, and anybody correct me if I'm wrong, but right now NFTs are considered assets, so they don't have to disclose it like they would if it was a security. Is that correct?
It's a license to an asset, but all that's being defined at this moment. And keep in
Which is,
mind that
but this is why the SEC hasn't gone after them or anybody else who's been into NFTs just yet. Correct?
They have. The SEC's gone after the Paul brothers.
yeah.
Over NFTs or other things.
Maybe it was just crypto.
Well, they haven't gotten to him yet.
Really? No, I
That's
could
the
have
thing.
sworn I saw them get fined. Same as Kim Kardashian. Same story.
I don't remember. Somebody find it. Somebody look it up. Somebody
Yeah,
find
because
it.
that's the only reason I even knew that much about the whole Kim Kardashian situation was because of I was reading about it from the Paul brothers about not disclosing they were being paid to push that, and that being the actual issue is because they're not telling their followers, "Hey, I believe in this because somebody's cutting me a check." They're saying, "Hey, I believe in this." You know, and then that's where the issue lies.
And if you guys remember, Indo Crypto is in the rug pull, NFT rug pull industry itself. So he mentioned that he was referring to the NFT projects they create and they founded. LP are drained, and we have kept up with them. So rugpull.io, where Indo works at, they're the ones keeping track of all these NFT projects. So it'd be interesting if you guys join Discord to discuss it with Indo Crypto. All right, why do you say this? And so we can
if that's
do a
true,
deep dive. Go ahead.
Yeah, and if that's true, just because Logan Paul bought an NFT that went basically from $600,000 to $10 and he didn't rug that way, if he or his constituents drained the LP pools or the liquid pools around those NFTs, they didn't necessarily rug the community by like he rugged the pool and let his NFT go from 600,000 to 10 and said, "Don't worry, I lost 2. It's not a rug." It is still a rug if he drained the LP pools. If that's in fact true, like Indo Crypto mentioned, then that's absolutely a rug, regardless of if he lost on his NFT value.
Can we address because I think this needs clarity. I'll pull it up here. James, he says, unless the artist cashed out, then their payment for their work also went from 600K to 10. Both losers. How did I not cash out? If I sell you an NFT for 600,000, you just gave me 600,000. How did I not cash out on that?
If you didn't cash out, meaning you went and bought another NFT, or you didn't like take it out of that project. But
you have
right.
a buyer, because if you
Correct.
don't have a buyer, you have to go to the liquidity pool. And if the liquidity pool has enough to cover all that value and you drain that account, it doesn't matter if you're left holding the actual NFT, you still rugged the community. Because if I give you a $600,000 NFT, Don, yes, I just gave you that. But if you have nowhere to sell it, do you really have $600,000 in value? I don't think so, because you don't have anywhere to sell it. So it's basically valueless at that point, regardless of what you tell me it's worth. Yeah. Right, on paper. Exactly. So he's not a loser if he pulled the pool.
Correct. And now from the artist perspective, which is what Jimmy James was speaking of, is me, the artist, I minted the NFT and I sold it for ETH, for example. And it was 600 ETH. The moment I sold it, I also have 5-10% residual. So when they resell it again, let's say the Paul brothers sell this one for $10, he'll get a slight percentage of that $10. But me, the artist who minted it, and Paul bought it, then at that point, it was my choice as an artist to convert the ETH over to something else. Let's say cash it out in Coinbase, and now I pay my taxes and do everything else. So Don, that's the moment the artist does win. Now, if Paul himself was the artist and sold it to himself or his, that's another game altogether.
Yeah, this is very interesting. This was a topic that I had not expected to cover today, but I'm glad we did. But I don't. Yeah, this is going to be something that, as I continue to learn more about NFTs and rug pulls and that sort of thing, that I'm going to, I guess, get a better grasp on. But I certainly appreciate you guys bringing it to the table.